Majo John Madden, Juanito on the street in Asheville, North Carolina, outside of the Haywood Community Church. And 5 out of the last 8 nights I've been homeless around the Haywood Church here. And one place I would hang out would be on that brick wall over there. And that corner right back there doesn't get rained on. So when it was raining, I would sit there. And I would walk around and I would notice people talking in that room over there. And it's a beautiful room surrounded by screens, and I would walk all around here. And last night, I had put up a video saying I'm not sure I can take a third night in a row out on the street. And as I walked by what is the Haywood Respite Center over there for people, homeless people with medical complications like me. And I had been told earlier in the day, we have a room for you tomorrow. But 8 o'clock last night, I rang the doorbell and showed them my catheter, which is in there, and said, if I've got blood in my urine today, could that get me in earlier tonight? The guy said, no, you can't. So I did spend the night out last night and slept in the back of the church over there, which has lots of wonderful memories for me, and slept really hard from 9 till 11. And during that time, as I was sleeping hard, somebody stole everything I wasn't sleeping on, which most of my clothes I was sleeping on for padding on the wooden bench. But the worst thing that got taken was my passport. That was hard. That was like a body blow. It was my one picture ID, and I am hoping to maybe land an apartment by the end of the month, but without a picture ID, it was impossible. So when I checked in this morning, Pip interviewed me, and she said, well, but you've got your temporary passport. And I said, no, it was stolen last night. And the second time she said it, a few minutes later, I said, Pip, it was stolen last night. She says, well, why is it sitting on the end table next to your clothes out there? And she went and brought it in. Whoever stole the rest of my stuff decided they didn't want the passport and threw it out. And somebody, for some reason, brought it here. So the topic of this short talk is bad shit happens and good shit happens too. Michael Franti's song, I'll put a link to it. And what does it mean to be safe? To find a safe place. And I had various places around here where I went to be safe as a street person. And I've always thought that in the back of the church was a safe place for me, but not completely. But now I'm in there. And I just spent 3 weeks at the Laurels Rehab where there was no smoking on the whole campus. And I liked it in many ways, but I couldn't smoke there. I finally found a place where I could sneak smokes at the far end of the parking lot. And on one of my smoke breaks there, a nurse was talking on the phone and smoking her cigarette there. And when I came in this morning, Pip says to me, are you a smoker? I said, yeah. Menthol or non. She gave me a little bag of cigarettes, and that nice veranda room there is the smoking lounge, and the night manager is smoking with the patients in there, the guests. So in that room this morning, there was a young guy sitting there in a wheelchair, and he heard me exhale. And he looked at me, and I said, Nan, sorry, I'm exhaling because I feel safe. I do feel safe there. And Pip said, plan on 2 weeks. And I do believe that now that I have my passport back, I could get an apartment in 2 weeks. But they're also telling me they're going to do what's right. They're not going to put you back out on the street. So here I am. Yeah, surviving, alive, still alive.